Shalom. This is Simon Karaoke coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. We've been taking a journey to the cross and beyond in this month of drawing close to the cross. We are in Luke chapter 22, 66 to 71. This is where Jesus is taken to the Sanhedrin or the council, and they question him on two aspects. Number one, they are asking him, "Are you then the Christ?" And then, of course, he responds and he says that even if I tell you, you will not believe it or even let me go. And the reason for that is because they were not hungry for the truth. They were actually building a case and looking for a way to corner him. Then the second question was, "Are you then the Son of God? Are you the Son of God?" And Christ says, "Yes, I am," with such confidence. And they say, "Okay, then what more are we doing? We've got a case." So I want us to focus on these two issues of "Are you the Christ?" and the issue of Christ, of Jesus being the Son of God. And I want to look at two titles for this message. Number one is the unmet expectations of the religious system of the day. And the other title would be, they wanted Christ to conform to their system instead of them conforming to Christ. When Jesus came, they were looking for a Messiah that would liberate Israel politically from the hands of Rome. They were looking for a conqueror of Rome. And Jesus had a higher assignment. He came to conquer sin. They were looking at one who would come like a warrior king. And then Jesus came as a suffering king. So they were unable to reconcile what was in their minds, the picture they had painted in their minds about Christ, and the Christ that presented himself to them was not making sense. Either because there was a veil upon them, the devil had blinded them, or because their expectations were not informed by the scriptures. They were there talking about him riding a donkey and people singing Hosanna, and not riding a stallion horse, but riding a donkey. So here we are. An issue of a clash of expectations. The Messiah they're expecting and the one who has presented themselves is not matching. And this is a situation of unmet expectations, that they were looking for a Christ or a Messiah who would fit into their religious system, and those, the elite, continue to enforce their control and continue to encourage their compromise. But this Messiah, the Christ, he came, challenged their corruption, and he did that which they were not doing: healing the sick, healing the brokenhearted, feeding the poor, saving the sinners, and he opening the blind eyes. By him doing his role as the Christ, revealed the failure of the religious system of the day. So they did not like him one bit, because they wanted him to conform to their image or to their system instead of them conforming to the image of Christ. And is the Christ we are preaching a figment of our imagination or the real Christ? Do we want a Christ that comforts us but he does not confront us? Are we presenting Christ for who he is, as suffering king, as the Son of God? Because if we deviate from these two issues of Christ being the Messiah and him being the Son of God, then we are behaving like the scribes and the Pharisees and the chief priests of those days. So we must not hold so strongly religious conventions. We must be careful to be open to the leading of the Holy Spirit, and our yardstick is Christ, not the figment of our imagination of who Christ should be. The Lord bless you. And may the Lord challenge us to conform to his image, to be more like Christ, not to be more like our denominations or more like our religious systems, but to be more like Christ. Be blessed and share your feedback. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Let me know whether the messages are reaching home as we reflect on this 9th day. God bless you. Bye.